Hello everybody and welcome back to yet another review and to another birthday request. Today we're going to be taking a look at Bud, a request from Tammy Whitson. Happy birthday, I hope you're having a great day. And I'm very excited to take a look at Bud because for those of you who don't know, Bud has quite a bit of significance in the story of this channel, as Bud was the first car I ever reviewed. My first video on this channel is a review of the Bud diecast. He, of course, was a 2016 Super Chase, and I had recently gotten him right before I started my channel. I was on vacation a few days before I started my channel, and I went to a Walmart, and they had a whole side display of just the Bud case, and there were like 6 of him. Now, of course, with Super Chases, there are only like 4,000 or so made, and I saw 6 of Bud. I just bought one. Maybe I should have bought all 6, but I'm not the type of person who would do that, you know? Leave the rest for the next collector to come by and buy one. Or, you know, maybe the next collector would buy 5 and sell them all on eBay for ridiculously inflated prices. It's up to you, but I'm not the type of person who would buy duplicates just to have the duplicates. Maybe I should have bought a second one to keep in the box. But, yeah, I picked up one of the 6 Buds I saw, and a few days later when I started my channel, I decided, well, I need an interesting new release. Or not new release, I just wanted an interesting release to be my first review, and I just gotten Bud, so I thought he was a pretty good one. The interesting thing about Bud is, in the movie, you only see his back. So Mattel just sort of created his front. He just looks like a bunch of the other generic background RVs. It's very boring, but that's sort of the point, because the whole interesting thing about Bud is what's painted on the back. So just very generic face up front here. You've got the mouth, you got his lights, which actually stick out, which is nice. You know, they added a bit of additional detail they really didn't have to by molding in those headlights that you don't even see because you don't see his face in the movie. This antenna up here was actually an additional piece you had to put in when you bought Bud, which is pretty interesting. But yeah, he just barely fit in the deluxe bubble, so they had to make this a separate removable piece. You can see the sides are completely blank. The wheels are pretty far in there, and then on the back we have what's interesting about him, that being this image. If you don't know, this is a Pixar Easter egg. This strange creature on the back is the jackalope from the Pixar short Boundin', which came out a little before Cars by, I think, just a year or two. It features a jackalope. It's kind of boring. It's like a weird poem song thing. I watched it like once. And there's a jackalope who jumps, or rather, he bounds, hence the name Boundin'. As far as Pixar shorts go, I think it's probably one of the weaker offerings out there, but it is referenced in Cars, so there you go. It's just a screenshot, of course, meant to be a reference to how in real life RVs will have paintings of things like animals or sometimes mythological creatures on the back. It is very realistic to what actual RVs look like in real life, but of course now you could call it out for being inaccurate because it's not like a carified jackalope, right? We now know, which we didn't know at the time when Bud first appeared, made his first and only appearance when the movie first came out, that everything in the Cars universe is a vehicle. That wasn't really established back when the first movie came out, so nowadays we wouldn't see something like this. If we did, we would see it carified, you know, we'd see it turned into some sort of vehicle, but, you know, it was 2006, and that's how things were back then. So yeah, there's a look at the other side, which is just the same, and finally there is a look at the base. So there you go, a car that's very special in the history of this channel, and just a very special car in general. I mean, he was a Super Chase for a reason. That reason is the jackalope on the back. But yeah, a pretty cool car with some very interesting stories behind him, like the fact that you don't see his front. I actually display my Bud like this, and for the thumbnail, you guys voted on my last live stream to have him face this way, so thanks for that. Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.